Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the fifth video of the Tableau Say Hello series. In this video, we will be going through the analytics pane in Tableau. The analytics pane provides drag and drop access for the various objects based on the view. So, the question is, where is the analytics pane present in Tableau? Well, the analytics pane is located on the left side of the Tableau workspace as part of the sidebar. We can toggle between the data pane and the analytics pane by clicking the tabs at the top of the sidebar. Before going into the details of the analytics pane, let us first identify the main areas in the analytics pane. As is visible, there are three sections in the analytics pane: the summarize, model, and custom sections. Each section will provide different analytics objects based on the view. In some cases, certain objects will be grayed out for a specific view. If we hover over the object, the tooltip will provide the requirements to include the analytical object in the view. For example, the trend line for this view of sales by subcategory is grayed out, and the tooltip mentions that the view needs to contain either two measures on opposing axis or a date and a measure on opposing axis. Let us now start with the summarize section. Here we will cover the average line and totals. Let us start with the average line. Consider that we have a view of sales by subcategory. To add any item from the analytics pane, we need to drag it into the view. When we drag an item from the analytics pane, Tableau shows the possible destinations for that item. In a simple case, the drop target area would offer three options: table, pane, and cell. Let us drop the average line into the view, and we will drop it for now into the table option. As you can see, the average line is added to the entire table across all panes. Let us undo the action of adding the average line. Next, let us add another dimension into the view, say category on column shelf. I will move to the data pane, drag and drop the category pill in front of the subcategory. Now, let us drag and drop the average line onto the pane option instead of the table. The average line is added on a per pane basis. It is observed that the average line is recalculated for each pane in the view. Let us undo this action of adding the average line. Next, let us drag and drop the average line onto the cell option. It is observed that the average line is recalculated for each cell in the view, since it is added for each cell in the view. In this case, the cell is nothing but the mark which is the bar in the view. Although the table and pane options are more popular, the cell option has some specific unique use cases. Next, let us cover the totals for a standard text table across tabs. Consider that we have a category, subcategory, and region wise sales cross tab. The sales in this view is a percent of total quick table calculation that is currently being computed in a table across fashion. Let us drop the totals from the summarize section into the view and drop it on the row grand totals. We observe that the grand total value of for each row is 100% since the percent of total is being computed across. Let us undo the action of adding totals. Let us change the compute using of the percent of total to table down. Let us now drop the totals from the summarize section onto the onto the column grand totals. We observe that the grand total value for each column in this case is 100%. Let us undo this action of totals. Let us change the compute using option of the percent of total to pane down. Again, let us drop the totals onto subtotals in this case. We observe that the subtotal value for each pane is 100%. Let us now move to the model section, which is the section in the analytics pane. Here we will cover the trend line. Consider that we have a dual axis view of monthly sales and profit. Let us drag and drop the trend line into the view. We observe that there are many options like linear, exponential, polynomial, etc., which depends on the view. For this example, let us drop it on to the large box option for linear. Now, the linear trend lines have been added to both the sales and profit in the view. If we hover over the trend line, we will be able to see the trend line equation. Alternatively, we can right click the trend line and click on describe trend line to get the statistical details of the trend line. For example, the p value, the equation of the trend line, as well as the various coefficients that make up the trend line. If required, we can copy this onto another local file. I will close this. Next, let us move to the last section in the analytics pane, that is the custom section. Here we will cover the reference line. Consider that we have a scatter plot of sales and profit by customer and category. Let us drag and drop the reference line from the custom section into the view. For this example, let us drop it onto the larger table box option. Now the reference lines are added for both the sales and the profit axis in the view. We also observe that Tableau has automatically opened the edit reference line dialog box. If required, we can make the necessary changes to the reference lines. Example, changing the scope, changing the value, any other changes to the label tooltip options, as well as various other formatting options. This completes the video on the analytics pane. If you have found this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for the latest updates. I will meet you in my next video of this series. Until then, take care and bye.